Imagine you're strapped into your seat, the drone of the engines constant beneath your feet, Manhattan a mere blur in the distance. Suddenly, a sharp sound is heard, then silence. The plane had just lost both engines, and the clock began ticking. It's January 15, 2009, a piercingly cold winter afternoon in New York City. US Airways Flight 1549, an Airbus A320, prepares for a short but busy commuter journey from LaGuardia Airport to Charlotte, North Carolina. On board, 150 passengers settle in with carry-ons tucked away, while 5 crew members move with efficient calm. Business travelers scroll through Blackberries, families unwrap snacks, and a couple of children press faces to frosted glass watching the airport bustle. The Airbus lifts from runway 4 at 3:25 p.m. local time. The climb feels routine, a smooth ascent over the Bronx, the skyline glowing under a weak winter sun. The cockpit crew, Captain Chesley Sullenberger, a seasoned pilot with more than 19,000 hours of flight time, and First Officer Jeffrey Skiles, newer to the Airbus but experienced in aviation, exchange clipped professional confirmations. Checklists flow effortlessly, altitude builds. The cabin crew begins its rhythm of preparing for a quiet hop south. From the passenger seats, there is no sense of what waits only minutes ahead. To them, this is an ordinary flight, short enough that many never bother to unbuckle their belts. The seatbelt sign remains lit, not out of caution, but simply because the aircraft hasn't leveled yet. The engines roar confidently as the A320 pushes skyward through the freezing air, leaving the ground far behind. Every person on board has a destination beyond Charlotte. Connecting flights, homecomings, business meetings, long-planned family visits. None of them realize how swiftly their plans will be rewritten, or that the frozen waters of the Hudson River will become their runway before the hour is out. The steady climb breaks in an instant. Just 3 minutes after liftoff, at an altitude of nearly 3,000 feet, the cockpit windshield fills with the sudden chaotic blur of movement. Canada geese, dozens of them, soaring directly into the flight path. There is no time to maneuver. A sickening series of thuds slam against the fuselage. The sound is sharp, metallic, and final. Passengers gasp as the Airbus shudders like a struck bell. In the cockpit, Sully and Skiles hear it too, the unmistakable grinding cough of jet engines choking. Flames briefly flare, then die. The once confident roar of the CFM56 turbofans collapses into an eerie slints. Within seconds, both engines spool down, indicators flashing, warning chimes piercing the cockpit. Power bleeds away. The aircraft, once climbing strongly, becomes a heavy glider. For a moment, the cabin is filled with confusion. Some passengers think they've hit turbulence, others a mechanical fault. The silence, though, grows terrifying. Jets don't simply go quiet. Flight attendants glance at one another, their practiced calm strained by the unnatural hush. Out the windows, New York spreads wide and dense beneath them, a city with no open space for landing. In the cockpit, Skiles works to restart the engines. He runs the checklist automatically, hands moving fast, his voice steady but clipped. Sully keeps his focus on flying the wounded aircraft, trimming, leveling, and holding what lift remains. But time is slipping through their fingers. The Airbus is losing altitude fast, the frozen January air biting against its wings. The river glints far ahead, though crowded with ferries and ice. The Bronx, Manhattan, New Jersey, packed with millions, offers no place to put down a powerless jet. Sully knows the decision point is coming, and it's coming now. The cockpit fills with clipped, urgent voices.
Mayday, mayday, mayday!
Sully transmits, his tone calm but firm. each word carrying the weight of 155 lives.
This is Cactus 1549. Hit birds. We've lost thrust on both engines. We're turning back towards LaGuardia.
The radio crackles as New York Tracon responds, "Oh,
Cactus 1549, return to runway 13. Can you make it?"
Skiles is already running through the engine restart checklist, flicking switches, adjusting throttles.
Ignition set. Fuel on. Attempting restart.
He calls out each step like a mantra, but the engines refuse to respond. Just silence. Only the rush of cold air over the fuselage.
Negative.
Sully replies firmly to the tower.
We can't do it.
Down in the cabin, confusion builds. The sudden quiet unnerves even the most seasoned travelers. A few whisper prayers. Others clutch armrests, waiting for some reassuring announcement. The flight attendants, trained for these moments, strap into their jump seats, voices steady as they prepare passengers.
Brace for impact. Heads down, stay down.
The command slices through the nervous chatter like steel. Back on the radio, controllers offer alternatives.
Teterborough's available off your right side, runway 1. Do you want to try for Teterborough?
Sully glances left, then right. Manhattan's crowded skyline looms close, skyscrapers standing like stone teeth. He calculates instinctively, too low, too slow, too close.
We can't make it.
He says, finality in his tone.
We're gonna be in the Hudson.
In the cabin, the words don't reach the passengers, but the sudden drop, the unnatural glide angle tells its own story. Mothers press children close. Businessmen who moments ago typed emails now grip their tray tables as if they might anchor them. The air grows dense with fear, yet beneath it all, a strange calm settles. The realization that everything is now in the hands of the two men in the cockpit. The Airbus glides silently. The only sounds inside the cabin, the rattling of loose items and the clipped commands from the crew. Sully keeps the nose angled, calculating every foot of altitude against every second of glide. His hands are steady on the side stick, eyes fixed on the icy gray ribbon of the Hudson ahead.
Follow the river,
he mutters, aligning with the water, the Manhattan skyline sliding past on the left, New Jersey on the right. Skiles calls out speed and altitude.
2,000 feet, 1,500, 1,000.
The numbers fall like a countdown clock no one can stop. The water grows larger in the windscreen, broken by ferries cutting trails through sheets of ice. The Airbus is heavy, unforgiving, but still responding. In the cabin, the order rings out,
Brace, brace.
Passengers fold forward, arms overhead, some crying, some whispering prayers, some frozen in silence. The flight attendants shout the command in unison, voices hammering against the roar of wind outside. Every heartbeat pounds in rhythm with the descent. The surface of the Hudson rises like a wall. Sully pulls back at just the right moment, leveling the wings, flaring slightly to soften the blow. The first contact is brutal. Metal meeting water at over 150 miles per hour. A thunderous crash reverberates through the fuselage, sending shockwaves up spines and down arms. Spray blasts up over the windows, gray and freezing. The Airbus skips once, twice before settling, sliding along the river like a stone skimming a pond. Then impossibly it stops. The cabin is intact. Light floods in through frost-laced windows. For a breathless instant, no one moves. Just the sound of water rushing outside and the groaning protest of metal under strain. Against all odds, Flight 1549 is floating. The silence after impact shatters with urgent movement. Flight attendants spring into action, their voices commanding,
Evacuate, evacuate.
Passengers unbuckle, fumbling with frozen fingers, stumbling toward exits. The smell of jet fuel drifts into the cabin, sharp and metallic, mixing with the cold air seeping in. Water seeps at the rear, rising slowly but unmistakably. Doors open, slides deploy, and in the freezing January air they harden into rafts. People climb out onto the wings, huddling together against the biting wind. Some slip, shoes slick on ice-cold metal, but others grip them tight, pulling them back. The river laps at their ankles, cruel and relentless. Within minutes, ferries, tugboats, and rescue crafts surge toward the motionless Airbus. Captains veer off course without hesitation. Ordinary commuters suddenly rescuers. From the ferry decks, crews throw life rings, haul soaked passengers aboard, wrap them in blankets. Shivering, dazed survivors murmur disbelief. We're alive. We made it. For many, the image of New York's skyline against the sinking aircraft will forever mark the narrow escape from disaster. Miraculously, all 155 souls are accounted for. Not a single life lost. Investigators later confirm what the passengers already know in their bones. That skill, calm and impossible precision turned catastrophe into survival. Sully and Skiles, with seconds to choose and no engines to trust, threaded the narrowest of chances. The Hudson on that day became a runway. In the years that followed, the miracle on the Hudson entered aviation history, not as tragedy but as testament, proof of training, resilience, and the thin line between life and loss. But while US Airways Flight 1549 experienced a miraculous outcome, halfway across the world, MH370 vanished into the sky, taking 239 passengers with it. Click here to uncover the truth behind this mystery. See you there.